Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's lesson, we're going to be learning about how to create a simple, heavy pendulum animation. And if you are having a clunky results, we will also discuss about how to fix this with the Curve Editor, simple introduction to Curve Editor. So without further ado, let's get started. So now I'm actually having two sets of pendulum. So one that looks clunky and one that looks smooth. Okay, and when it swings down, it's actually moving a little bit fast, and whenever it goes to the other end, like the other side, it kind of hangs for a while before it swings back. But that is totally up to us how we want to control it. So let's get started and start a new fresh scene. So go to File, New, Save. Okay, so I'm not gonna build something that is super complicated in order for everyone to follow along. So we go with a polygon, torus, and let's scale it up. And click E to rotate, and we can just drag like that. So you can see my rotation is snappy, so whenever I rotate, it goes like 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15 degrees, as you can check like from here. But if yours is not behaving like this, so you can hold the E key, left click, you should be able to change this. All right. So next, let's rotate it up to 90 degrees and hold spacebar, left click Maya. Okay, sometimes it just got stuck and we'll have to, like right click and get it back to how it should be. I'm gonna right click and delete and choose face to delete the surface. And let's get back to object mode and hold spacebar, left click Maya to get back to perspective. You can see here, yeah, it's a donut like being cut by half. So I'm gonna use scale, press R to scale, and scale it down to that. And probably for the part here, we can just right click and choose vertex. And we can scale it down. And click W to move. And press R to scale it down. Click W to move. Go back to front view again by holding spacebar, left click Maya and choose front. I know like this doesn't look that good, okay, but we'll just use basic stuff. So not too worries. Press R, scale and change to world. So holding R key and left click allows us to switch to different kinds of mode. So for instance, we have world, we have object, we have component. So now we're going to switch to world, but if yours is world by default, that's fine. Okay. So we can hold shift key to select that, and then we can scale it down and kind of modify a little. Shift and select all of them together, adding selection to the points. Okay, just a bit more to go, then we are good. And probably select these two and okay, scale it up so that it looks slightly better. move it down just like that. Select that. Select that. Move it down just like that. Move it back to here. Move it back to here. Okay, so we got a banana looking a sharp object right there. And if you would like this to look better, you can click number 3 on the keyboard to make it rounder. So anyways, we're gonna proceed to creating the stick for the pendulum. So we can go to here, click inputs, and change the radius down. Let's extend this. So we're switching the radius down, and click W to move it down, and go to perspective view, holding spacebar. So holding spacebar opens up the hotbox menu, and with left click we can easily switch to another view. So we're holding the Maya, holding the left click, and click on Maya and slide to perspective. Okay, because that is so thin, so that's why it looks like that. And we can change the height up to a certain level. Okay, let's click W. W means move, and move it up just like that. And we can select the whole thing and move it up. And anyways, if you're a complete beginner, this is how you navigate the scene. So holding alternate left click to rotate around, holding alternate middle mouse click to move around, holding alternate right click to zoom. So next, let's select that and holding shift key, and click on the stick and parent. So click P to parent. So parent meaning when we move the stick, this blade will be moved along. Okay, so now we want to change the pivot point to the top of the stick. So we hold D key, D for donkey, and left click and drag it up to here. All right, so we're good. And if you want to clear this up, so as in like most of the animators will do, which is clearing up all the values so that it is all like default basic 0, 0. So it's not like we're tapping 0 and it moves down again, because we want it to be here to the position. So I'll go to modify and freeze transformation. Okay, so everything is clean. So it deletes, kind of delete the history and then keep whatever it is right now. So next, let's go ahead and set the animation. So since this is heavy and I'm imagining like the character's size is about that, and when we mentioned pendulum, like if you go to Google and search pendulum, yeah, this is what you should be seeing. So it's at the amusement park, but what I imagine, it's a pendulum from the game Prince of Persia. So it's a pretty old game, like it's the ancestors of Assassin's Creed. Okay, same from the same company like Ubisoft, and you see like whenever you want to escape or run through the scene. So this is a typical like platformer 2D side-scrolling game, kind of a challenge and puzzles that you have to escape and time. Look for the perfect timing, okay, to roll over and jump. So I was having this in mind like whenever I built this, but of course like this takes time to process, to prepare like for the texture and everything. So for today we'll just do a simple model. All right, so if it's heavy, and we should set the animation kind of slower. okay, which I'm imagining about like a 30 frames from swinging like here to here and then back to here. So let's click E to rotate. Okay, so I guess we can go with 45 degrees. And the first frame, we can click S to set key. So it records that position at that specific time. After 30 frames, it goes to 45, the other side. And another 30 frames, let's go with 60 and expand. We'll move our mouse over and back again with negative 45. And you can see that it looks slightly different. The rest are all like light red, and this is dark red or bright red, I would say. If you go back to the first frame, you can see everything is bright red. That's because we press S to set key. And for the ones that we made changes, because we turn on auto key from here, so it will only record that specific changes. The rest will be remain. And same goes with that. Because we want it to be a cycle, so that's why we're starting from here to here and back to the origins. Okay, so now if we hit the play button, so it is moving. Yeah, we're setting simple animations, but this is clunky. It feels like clunk, clunk, clunk. Okay, kind of knock on the walls here and there. And that is due to our animation presets default curves being set to linear. I'm not too sure yours, but I think last time I set it to linear, so that's why it looks like that right now. It doesn't have an ease in and ease out movement. So let's go to here, Windows preferences, and we go to animation and scroll down so you can see like tangents. Okay, default non-weighted tangents. If we feel that we want to change, we might change it later. And default in tangent, so we can set to spline if we want to. Okay, but anyways, if yours is tangent, you set spline. The next time you set key, it will be spline. Okay, and we'll have a look in the graph editor and see what they look like if it's linear. Turn it off. So now let's have a look. Select that, and we go to Windows, Animation Editor, Graph Editor. So if you're not too sure what they're doing, like we have like different channels over here, like translate X, Y, and Z, rotate X, Y, and Z. Okay, and this seems to have value. The rest are not. And translate X, Y, and Z, we have the first dot, the rest not visible. That's because we set the first one, and then the rest of the changes are being made by by us, of course, but it's recorded specifically for rotate Z channel. So that's why you won't see other data in here. So this is how it looks like for the linear curves. It means it is moving at a constant speed from left to right, and it hits up that value of 45 degree positive to the right to positive, left to the negative, and it goes down back at a constant speed without changing. All right, so now when things are moving in our real world, we have gravity as a force to influence it. So whenever it is up here, it is being pulled by gravity, and it should go from slow to faster and faster and faster until here in the middle and then swings back up and getting slower and slower and slower before it stops. And slow and getting faster and faster because it gets pulled by gravity again, and go slower and slower and slower and stop before it starts to change its own direction. Alright, so to fix that, we can select all the three keys over here and apply auto tangents. And now let's play again and have a look. Alright. And if you would like to make some modifications to your likeness, let's say I want it to hold longer before it swings back to the middle and to the right, and it holds longer before it swings back to the middle and to the left. And this is what we can do. So we select the key, and then you see there's a little handle. Then we supposed to be able to move, okay, but right now this is being locked because this is not non-weighted tangents. So let's select all the three keys and go to curves and switch to weighted tangents, and you can see that the dot, it changes from the dot to a box. So let's try to click the box and pull it. Now this actually means it started out slow and sped up in the middle, and whenever it's about to reach the other point, it slows down and slow and faster again and slow down back to the origins. So now let's have a look. Okay, so when you tweak this, we're changing it towards a more stylized version. All right, swing, swing, swing. Now let's make it even more extreme and let's see what happened. Play. Okay, so this is kind of exaggerated, kind of like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry type, like you want to exaggerate and then swing fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, so that he feels like scared before he wants to rush through these puzzles. It's an easy topic. So, but for me, I think I'll just keep it somewhere like that, so it looks a little bit more natural, kind of similar to the auto tangents. Okay, the presets, auto tangent presets, but I'll just drag it a little longer. Recap for today's lesson. So you learned how to build a very simple and quick pendulum, and then you learn how to set key over here from negative to positive to negative. And after that, we also learn about how to fix our animation inside Graph Editor if the animation looks clunky, and to add a little bit of spice to your animation, make it more stylized. You can turn on weighted tangents and adjust the curve to your likeness and check the animation to see if you like it that way. So I hope like you all learned something today, and thanks for watching. If you do like my videos, please consider hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and there are more videos coming in the future. And thanks again, I'll see you in the next one.